Zelensky was asked to leave the White House. Then he appeared on Fox News and said he thinks he can still salvage his relationship with President Trump, which is like Justin Baldoni saying, I'd love to.
Blake Lively was caught completely off guard when the SNL 50th anniversary special took a wildly unexpected turn in February 2025. The night's host, Colin Jost, yes, Scarlett Johansson's husband, and ironically Ryan Reynolds' ex-wife's current partner, delivered a cutting monologue that zeroed in on Blake and Ryan. What was supposed to be a joyful tribute to 5 decades of iconic comedy quickly turned tense, as personal digs replaced punchlines. The audience sat frozen as sharp jokes flew, with millions watching at home in total disbelief. Blake's stunned expression went viral, marking an awkward and very public spotlight on Hollywood's golden couple.
Just 2 weeks after Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds were at SNL 50, and Ryan Reynolds participated in one of the bits.
Well, hey, Ryan Reynolds! Hey! Ryan Reynolds, how's it going?
Great. Why? What have you heard?
The show poked fun at the ongoing legal feud between Lively and Justin Baldoni. So over the weekend, Colin Jost, who by the way is married to Scarlett Johansson, Ryan Reynolds' ex-wife, referenced the ongoing legal drama between Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively, and you just have to watch.
Zelensky was asked to leave the White House. Then he appeared on Fox News and said he thinks he can still salvage his relationship with President Trump, which is like Justin Baldoni saying, I'd love to work with Blake again.
So yeah, this isn't going away anytime soon. The couple also was not in attendance at the Oscars over the weekend, which was somewhat surprising because while neither of them were in anything that was nominated, they were both in big movies last year. But they weren't there, and they likely will say they weren't there because they didn't want to face any of the backlash from this.
What began as a heartfelt celebration quickly spiraled into a televised takedown of Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, unfolding in front of a national audience. Their public image took a serious hit live and unfiltered, damned, and truthfully, it felt like the reckoning had been building for a while. The couple stepped onto that SNL stage still carrying the air of invincible Hollywood icons, seemingly ignoring the massive backlash still swirling from that explosive $400 million backdoll lawsuit. At first, everything appeared routine. Then came the shift. Tina Fey and Amy Poehler lobbed Ryan a harmless question. How's it going, Ryan? It was an easy layup one. Any celebrity could field smoothly. But instead of playing it cool, Ryan smirked and let loose a tone deaf comment that instantly backfired.
When?
Great. Why? What have you heard?
It surprised me. I'm unaware of anybody, frankly, whose wife has been sexually harassed and has made jokes about that type of situation.
Justin, if I'm not mistaken, is on vacation right now with his kids in Hawaii. Is he still there? Do you speak to him?
I do speak to him. I speak to him often. I wouldn't call it vacation. I don't think anybody who's been accused of heinous, arguably what are crimes, is on vacation. I think that he is trying.
What was expected to be a nostalgic night celebrating 50 years of legendary comedy quickly veered into an unexpected unraveling of Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds live, unedited and relentless. The SNL 50th anniversary special stopped feeling like a tribute and instead spiraled into something much sharper. This wasn't sudden. The tension had been simmering for a while. Blake and Ryan stepped on stage looking every bit the Hollywood icons, as if the high-profile $400 million lawsuit hovering over them didn't exist. They'd been completely off the radar. No premieres, no interviews, no sightings. Nowhere, they reappeared business as usual. Initially, the atmosphere seemed light. Tina Fey and Amy Poehler threw Ryan a softball. How's it going, Ryan? It wasn't a setup. It was a sort of throwaway line that barely needs a response. Quick smile and a polite answer would have sufficed. But Ryan chose to lean into it, flashing that trademark smirk before delivering what might go down as the most ill-advised quip of his career. In a heartbeat, the tone shifted. The laugh that followed felt off. It wasn't amusement, it was uneasy, polite, and tinged with disbelief. No, that classic, uncomfortable pause when no one's sure whether to laugh or look away. The air got thick. Steven Spielberg looked ready to vanish. Amy Poehler's silence was deafening. She slowly turned to Ryan, expression unreadable but unmistakably sharp. Everyone caught it. That single line had cracked the surface. All anyone could think about was the lawsuit, the one that had pushed Blake and Ryan out of the spotlight for months. The Justin Baldoni situation had rocked their brand to the core. But instead of damage control or quiet rebuilding, they chose to face a live audience, hoping charisma might override recent history. It didn't. The mirage evaporated instantly. The illusion Blake had built, poised, controlled, picture-perfect, disappeared on national television. The fallout wasn't just professional, it was personal. Audiences realized the shift, and the industry took note. Blake's recent PR strategy had leaned heavily into the narrative of victimhood. She curated her return carefully, hoping to redirect attention away from the chaos. For a brief window, it seemed to work. Ryan made the wrong joke at the worst moment, and then it escalated. Colin Jost entered. This wasn't just another Weekend Update segment. This was Scarlett Johansson's husband, a man with direct proximity to Blake and Ryan's past. Scarlett, Ryan's ex-wife. This wasn't comedy. This was precision work. Colin's set wasn't about the lawsuit alone, or just Ryan. The real focus was Blake. She wasn't background noise. She was the core of the punchline. The pause after he delivered it said everything. The audience took a beat, realizing just how sharp it was. Even Colin laughed. Not from amusement, but from knowing he had just delivered a calculated blow. This wasn't satire. It was a career-level hit disguised as humor. That moment marked a shift. The exact instant the PR shield Blake had constructed began to collapse. Ryan, in trying to be clever, had set the stage. Colin simply closed the act. This wasn't just a roast, it was a verdict. In Hollywood had decided. The era of shielding Blake Lively from criticism had ended. The Golden Girl branding, the immaculate public image, the curated authenticity, none of it held up. Blake had long played the public darling, flawless, relatable, quietly powerful. The interviews, the style, the positioning, all scripted to perfection, and the public played along. But that night, something snapped. The glossy exterior gave way to scrutiny. The myth fell apart, and once the mask cracked, it didn't stop. Blake and Ryan didn't just stumble, they walked straight into a cultural reckoning, confident they'd rewrite the narrative. But instead of reclaiming it, they lost control. The comeback they planned turned into an implosion.
In public for the first time in 4 months at SNL 50 and made a joke about their court case with Justin Baldoni on live national television in front of the whole room. You will not believe what they said. Here's them on the red carpet. Ryan looks like guilt is eating him alive. Blake looks wonderful. She even had time to put on some of her florals. I wonder if she put someone in the basement at this event too, allegedly. So Amy Poehler and Tina Fey, who were hosting the event, were doing a Q&A with all the celebrities in the audience, and for some reason, Ryan Reynolds thinks people want him there. And they were like, "Oh, I'm shocked to see you here, Ryan Reynolds," and he makes a joke like, "Wait, what have you heard? What do you mean?"
Who else? Who else is a question?
I have a question.
Oh, hey, Ryan Reynolds.
Hi.
Hey. Ryan Reynolds, how's it going?
Great. Why? What have you heard? Yeah, okay.
Anya Taylor-Joy's like, "What the fuck?" This man's reaction is amazing. He's like, "What are you doing here?" This also comes in light of Justin Baldoni's first public appearance since the court case, but he kept it classy and didn't make any jokes about this court case with very sensitive, touchy subjects in it because he has class. And this is just so surprising to me because Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds just asked the judge for an extension on Blake's amended lawsuit to respond to Justin's lawsuit because he completely destroyed her in it. And they denied them that extension. So they have to turn that lawsuit in on Tuesday, and they're spending their Sunday night at SNL 50. Like, don't you got some homework to do, Blake? And I'll definitely update you when her amended lawsuit comes.
Reality didn't just knock gently, it came crashing through the carefully maintained image. Blake and Ryan had spent years refining. Hollywood finally stopped pretending. But let's face it, Ryan Reynolds has never been great at reading the room. A more measured person might have let the awkward moment pass. Not Ryan. he leaned into it. This is the same actor who thought poking fun at Justin Baldoni with Deadpool Wolverine skits was a good idea when the massive $400 million lawsuit first surfaced. That brand of reckless humor, it blew up quickly. And just like that, we arrive at the origin point of Ryan's highly public unraveling, his first real PR misfire, the notorious Deadpool incident.